Underrated sex tips you think everyone should know. Take your time. It can be fast and dirty, but more often than not, it's about feeling the vibe between folks. That's all about being present and taking your time exploring your partner. A sensual grab or caress goes a long way in the moment. How you hold/touch your partner can really direct the tone from either soft and sensual to firm and passionate. It's all good vibes. Lick it before you stick it. And never stick it if you wouldn't lick it. Don't stick dry fingers in her. Laughing does not ruin the mood. It might even improve it. Sometimes funny things happen. The underside of your tongue feels nice on a clit. That seems like it would be awfully awkward? If you get the chance, try it. Alternating between top and bottom of your tongue can yield some interesting squeals, lol. But it's a tip I saw ages ago, and when I tried it I actually got some pussy as a reward for giving bomb head. Normally we'd just give each other oral to end the night at the time, so that was a huge win for me. It's also possible she could have just been extra horny then, but that's the outcome I got. Don't start off by trying to murder the pussy, lol. Just don't treat it like a porno. The clit is not a punching bag. I repeat, the clit is not a punching bag. What the hell did this person do to your clit? Haha, nothing intentional, just overly enthusiastic. It's just way more sensitive than many people think, especially when aroused/after an orgasm, and I sometimes think pay attention to the clit is hammered into so many people's heads that they don't realize direct pressure or going too hard on it can do the opposite of what they're intending. Mostly make sure to check in with your partner how they like to be stimulated there, instead of focusing all your time and energy right there thinking it'll make someone climax sooner/better. Try spinning, that's a good trick. Literally just play with her clit while having sex. Like, in doggy, reach around and finger that clit. It's such a simple trick that blows women's minds. For guys, in missionary, prop yourself up as though you were doing a push-up. Bring your pelvis up above hers just a little bit so that instead of thrusting up into her, you're pushing down into her. The added stimulation can make that position amazingly different, even in a game-changing way, increased orgasms and whatnot. Occasionally, surprise your man with a blowjob or some sex act just out of the blue. It will make him feel amazing and that you re-attracted to him. Same goes the other way around. Girls like to receive it out of the blue. Most mind-blowing orgasm I ever had was when my husband randomly pulled me into our bedroom and went down on me without the need for me to give it back to him. I always feel like I have to give if I'm receiving, and it was a really nice change to relax and receive. If I say I'm about to come, do not change the fucking rhythm or I'll drop kick you. Don't be afraid of messing up. It's okay if you try or do something and it sucks. Focus on communication, both verbal and nonverbal. Ask questions. Relax, sex is supposed to be fun. I am a guy. My advice is based on my own experience. Make sure you're hydrated. You won't be able to come easily if you're dehydrated, or your orgasm will be unimpressive to say the least. Conversely, make sure you're not overhydrated. Your body won't let you come if you have to pee. Personally, I keep a drawer by my bed loaded with sex supplies. Condoms, 3 kinds of lube, oil *, water, silicone. It's up to her. Hair ties, bottled water, and washcloths. Guys, keep some supplies around for her. Hair ties by your bed because if your partner needs one when she's giving you a BJ, you'd rather have spent 99 cents on a pack of covered elastic than miss out on a Hummer, right? Also get a variety pack of tampons and pads to keep in your bathroom. Trust me on this. She'll appreciate it and will be more likely to return for a repeat performance. Yes, I know. Oil-based lube and condoms don't mix. Sometimes I'm actually in a committed relationship and the condoms don't get used. Hypoxia. Euphoria, easier orgasm, it's a trigger. Holding your breath or doing other things to limit oxygen can trigger an orgasm if you are kind of there but can't get over the hill. A tight hug, or kissing too long, a rope, a pair of hands. You get the idea. Pro tip, when she says don't stop, don't stop. Don't change the rhythm of what you're doing. Don't change the direction of what you're doing. Just listen to the words coming out of her fucking mouth. It isn't that complicated. Take your time with foreplay. It does not need to involve stimulating the genitalia. Drugs do not make you a better lover. In saying this, massage oil and good, preferably water-based, lube go a long way. Story time. I once got way too high and knew I wasn't ready to have sex or eat my partner out. Dry mouth via cannabis, Swan needed to pass the time. I put on some Frank Ocean and brought out the massage oil. I started with a full body massage for about 5 minutes, actually getting deep and keeping my pace to that of the music. Then I focused on the thighs and butt for another 5 minutes. After that time had passed, I kept going but moved my hands closer and closer to vagina. I listened to her, and looked at her body language and responded accordingly, when and where to use more pressure and when to not. Once I knew it was time to actually finger her, I went to the bathroom, washed my hands to get rid of the massage oil, and then brought out the lube. This is another area where Elle took my time. I massaged the area around her clit, making sure to tease and edge her a lot. After a few minutes of that, I took one finger, and fingered her a bit. After a few seconds of that I tried 2 fingers. I took my 2 fingers, and basically went in a circle around her vagina, adding more pressure when I left the top of her pussy, the rigid feeling part, and went around in a clockwise motion. I kept the same movement, and listened and looked at her body language. She said she was going to come. Even though she was now climaxing, it's important to note there was no change in pace or direction. She must have orgasmed for just about 45 seconds. I felt like a king because I finally felt accomplished in life, and she was exhausted from having one of the strongest orgasms of her life, her words. Unfortunately she was tired after that and fell asleep shortly after, so there was no sex or foreplay on my end. Fuck my life. Guys, buy her a vibrator, it can be a lifesaver and blow her away. Fucking communicate. You will never get what you want if you don't tell them what you like. For men, clit mastery. Some women prefer a gently sucking of the clit, others prefer a light swirl. You can always mix it up, you'll definitely know which she likes the best. For women, when giving the guy a blowjob, add a bit of extra zing by rubbing a vibrator up and down the underside of his shaft. Hell, think he's about die a glorious death. LOL. Enthusiasm counts for a lot. Enjoy yourself and let your partner know it. Be vocal, move your body with pleasure, let them know their touch is magical. Finger blasting is never a good idea unless someone specifically asks for it. Relax. Not so much a sex tip, more going out and picking up, given to me by an old guy I used to work with. Women love a man who will dance. If you can dance, you'll have whatever woman you want. I've lived by that advice and found it very accurate. Make sure she comes first. Some women don't like the pressure of the guy needing to make them come. Always aim to give your partner an orgasm, but realize realistically sometimes it isn't going to happen. If you couldn't give an orgasm, don't feel like you failed or weren't enough. If you didn't get an orgasm, you can still enjoy the pleasurable experience. This goes for men and women. Listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, consider that a hint. Put a bag of popcorn in the microwave before you start. That way you have a great when you're done. Treat every part of sex as the most important part. This includes flirting, kissing, and cuddling. Let one thing lead to another without having a goal-oriented mindset. This helps you stay open to your partner's mood and reactions and your own, and makes everything more intimate, enjoyable, relaxed, and spontaneous. When you start eating a girl, try to start with light kisses on the thighs and work your way in. Once you get near the pussy, breathe on her slightly and let her feel the warmth. And when you finally start licking her, always start from the parts which are relatively farther from the clit, like the part BW, her anus, and where the labia ends, and slowly work your way up to the clit. You can always use different ways to work up to her clit too. Sometimes use a never-ending serpentine kinda lick which starts where her labia ends, takes forever to reach the clit. Sometimes I do the white people getting in bathtub thing. You take one little step, step back, and then take another bigger step, step back, and so on till you're all in. Also, grinding is way better than jackhammering. We can last longer too. TDR, lick every part of the pussy clean with a smooth flow before you get to the clit, and you don't have to jackhammer her to oblivion for great sex.